Today, Baba is telling us that just like we create a timetable for ourselves, we must also create a mind table. Now, how many of you have a timetable? Yes, there are many children, even children of Baba, who don't have a timetable. Some do, some don't, yes. Now you see, the law is that if you don't have your own table, then Maya will set your table. Okay, just like when there is a garden, there is a land, and you don't sow seeds in it, you don't plant anything in it, then what happens? Automatically weeds and grass and stuff will grow, because the land is meant to grow something. So if you don't plan what to grow, then nature will plan what to grow. And similarly, it is your time, your mind. But if you do not become the master of it, if you do not, with your sovereignty over it, by using your power of sovereignty over it, if you don't decide what to do with your time and mind, then you are kind of leaving it to Maya, and then Maya will do its work. And if you see closely, then whatever time in your timetable is left unplanned, that is the time when Maya enters. Have you seen that? So if you have a plan for your time for 20 hours, and then you have not planned for 4 hours, that 4 hours is when you have opened the door for Maya. And that is when all the waste thoughts, all the negativity, all the unnecessary stuff, it starts making its way into your life. And so it is very important to first have a timetable. And you know that eminent people in the world, they always have a timetable. Yes, they would not spend any extra second anywhere. So when the president or the prime minister, they visits anywhere, then there would be a clock which would be ticking. Even the words they speak will be very counted, and then they have to leave suddenly. They cannot, even if they want to, they cannot stay in a place more than it was planned or spend extra time there. That's not possible. So Baba says, you are the most eminent people. Yes, in the whole cycle, there is nobody who is greater than you. You are the deity souls. So you realize that, and you must have a timetable for yourself. And it is a sign of, being great, that you have a timetable, and you must plan your whole day, 24 hours, what to do. What to do from this time to this time, that time to that time. You must have every second planned. And this is a very good method to keep Maya at bay. And this is something that I'm talking from experience also. So, even if you don't have any work, create it. Yes, create some seva, create some something that will, that is, for self-development or for Baba's seva, something that is productive and creative. and do not keep your time fallow, because if we are doing that, and you see, Baba talks so much about not wasting time. And if I don't have a timetable, then obviously I'll be wasting time. Yes, and then again, you may create a timetable, but then you need courage to follow it. Because even when you create a timetable for yourself, so first thing is you create a timetable for yourself. Most people have not made that effort itself. And I'm not talking about a timetable for 10 hours or 12 hours. I'm talking about a timetable of 24 hours. What time you will sleep, what time you will get up, what time you will have food, what time will you go for a walk, what time will you listen to Murli, what time will you have yoga, what time will you do your other chores. Everything you have to plan, and then you have to have the courage to follow it. Because old sanskars of wasting time, sanskars of idling away, you're lazing away your time, all these sanskars are there. And then what happens is, those sanskars, they creep in, and then they loosen your determination, and then what you do is you end up doing something else. And then Baba says that being productive and creative all day is sidelined. And for that, you have to have determination, you have to have courage to overcome your sanskars, and you stick to that timetable. And this is a very good, very, very good practice for self progress and for earning an income for yourself. And you see, these days, if you actually calculate, there is a lot of waste of time. And that is because, most things are being done by machines, and then there is so much time, and you are not planning it, and you're not setting it for productive work. So obviously then that time is spare, and then your phone takes away all your time. But the thing is, your phone takes away only that time which you have not planned for. If you have a program, have you seen some days when you really have work and you're very busy, does your phone attract you? No. Your phone doesn't disturb you then. And you're very busy and productive, and then happiness is the product of good karma. If you're doing creative, productive work, then obviously, you will be so happy that you will not need the so-called, limited sensual pleasure that you get from the phone or from other stuff. And all of this is connected. So Baba says that have a timetable, and do that and stick to it. And even if you are not able to, now you see, sometimes so Baba always asks us to write a chart. Now, how will you write a chart? If you don't have a planned chart, how do you write a chart? Now you see, if I have no plan for the 24 hours, how will I check whether I was able to do it or not? So you see, there is, when I came into Gyan, I had heard a very interesting thing, that during Amrit Vela, so Amrit Vela is the time of creation. So what do? You become a creator in Amrit Vela. So so first thing is you create your stage. Yes, you create your knowledgeful, powerful, loveful, peaceful, blissful, joyful state in Amrit Vela. So Amrit Vela is Brahma Muhurat, the time of Brahma, the time of the creator. So at that time you become the creator for yourself. And the first thing is, before creating what to do, before being the creator of your actions, you have to become the creator of your stage, because from that stage you will act. Yes, every actor needs a stage, and the better the stage, the better the act. Similarly, your inner stage you need to perform elevated actions. So, in Brahma Muhurat, you first create your stage, and then what do? Then you set a plan, you create your timetable and your mind table in Brahma Muhurat. So, after you have filled yourself with knowledge and power and virtues, and you are in a good state, at that time, what do? You set your timetable and your mind table. So you plan your day. What will I do from 8 to 9, 6 to 7, 8, 12 to 1? All of that you do. And then mind table. What is mind table? So set a program with the aim that you want to create a powerful state of your mind. And mind is sustained by thoughts. So, what powerful thoughts you will keep in your mind during the whole day? You have to plan that. Yes, so what powerful thought you will create when you listen to the Murli? So, you see, you may have created a timetable that I will listen to the Murli from 5 to 5:45 or whatever, because that is the time that the Murli is live on YouTube. Okay, so you have created maybe that time, that 5 to 5:45 is my time for Murli. But then what is the thought you want to have during that time? So I'm a godly student, or I'm listening to Baba's Murli. I'm filling my aprons with the jewels of knowledge. Some kind of powerful thought you need. Because you see, have you heard about that practice called mindfulness? Yes, so mindfulness is a very good, practice, and in that they say that whatever act you are doing, there should be the alignment of the mind with that. So in mindfulness, they say that when you're drinking water, think about the water. Be mindful of your drinking, right? But then you see, if you are mindful of everything, let's say you are cleaning some garbage and you're mindful of the garbage, then what happens? Is that a good idea? So I'm drinking water and I'm thinking about the water is a good idea. But I'm cleaning garbage and I'm thinking about the garbage. That's not a good idea. So we need to understand that maybe I am performing very ordinary actions, but what should be the thought in my mind? The thought in my mind should be a very powerful thought. Let's say I'm cleaning the garbage. So I don't have to think about the garbage. I have to think about, I have to create this thought in the mind that I'm cleaning. I'm the instrument for making the place clean. And, I'm making it tidy and making it clean. So this is the thought that I want to have. Or, just like I'm cleaning the floor, I'm also cleaning the vices inside simultaneously. So I'm drawing in, just like you are applying the, detergent or anything and cleaning the clothes or the floor. Similarly, I'm applying the rays from Baba and I'm cleaning my mind also simultaneously, or I'm cleaning my vikarma, or I'm burning my sins also simultaneously. So, according to your timetable, whatever you're doing, according to that, what powerful thought to create in that time. Because usually what happens is you you have a timetable for doing something, but while doing that your mind is free, and your mind is creating a lot of thoughts which may be the complete opposite of what you're doing. For example, you may be cleaning the floor and dirtying your mind simultaneously by thinking about what happened in the past, or worrying about what could go wrong today, or worrying about the future. So you could be doing two opposite actions at one time. So you're cleaning the external and dirtying the internal. That could also happen. So this is why Baba says, create. So first you have to create, because you see, if you don't have a program, if you don't have a plan, if you have not created a mind table, then what will happen is Maya will create that mind table for you. And as soon as you are doing something, Maya will start giving you certain thoughts. And those will not be elevated thoughts, those will not be powerful thoughts. So Baba says, in Brahma Muhurat, you plan. After you have created a powerful stage, you create a plan for the whole day, your timetable and also your mind table. What thoughts, what powerful thoughts you will have while doing, while you are engaging yourself in some activity during the day. And then second thing is you sustain it. So after Brahma comes Vishnu. So Vishnu is the sustainer. So all through the day, become the Vishnu for yourself, become the sustainer for yourself, and just keep checking every hour. Did I maintain my timetable? Did I maintain my mind table? So they pay attention, stay alert. That, and even if you miss something, maybe you wasted some 10 minutes, that's okay. But after that, put a full stop to that, and the next thing you do is stick to your timetable again. Okay? And then this is how you sustain through the whole day. Check what thoughts you had, check what stage you had, check what you did in the last hour, and you keep sustaining your stage all day. And in the night before sleeping, again have half an hour of meditation. Again, sit in Baba's remembrance, create a powerful stage, and then again create, whatever you missed during the day, whatever didn't go according to the plan, again visualize yourself sticking to that plan the next day. Again create, a sanskar by visualization, because the mind, right now when you are going to sleep, what memory does your mind have? Your memory is that I did not do as planned. Or your association is that when I was doing this work, then I was having this waste thought. But then what you do is, before sleeping, visualize yourself having the thought and doing the work that you had planned. And that will also create a sanskar that will kind of rewrite your memory. And then next day, Amrit Vela, again reinforce it and again do it. If you are able to do this much of inner work, I think, Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar, and creation, destruction, everything will happen. And destruction, Shankar is the destroyer. So you cannot destroy your old memory by just, trying to destroy it, but rewriting it through visualization, through visualizing what you really plan to do. That is how you rewrite your memory. So this is how you go about it. And Baba says that When you have a timetable and a mind table, and you are always filling yourself with conscious, powerful thoughts, when you're always sustaining your mind with conscious, powerful thoughts, and you have set your mind table, then Maya cannot upset you. Maya upsets you because you have not set your timetable and mind table. So, how do you lose your happiness? How do you get upset? When you do something you're not supposed to do. And you will create the thoughts and do the acts that you're not supposed to do if you don't plan what you're supposed to do. Yes, and then Baba says, if you do this, then also, you will be automatically doing seva, because concentrated good vibrations will spread from you automatically and service will take place. You will not have to specially take out time to do mansa seva or do service through the mind. The service will happen automatically because of your powerful stage. So this is something that Baba tells today. And then Baba talks about attachment today. Attachment, bondage. And Baba says that I have given you the third eye, the eye of knowledge. You are the ones who know your virtues and powers. You know Baba, you know your aim, you know your potential. And that is why your intellect and your behavior should be very refined. Yes, because if you can, if you can see what others can't see, then that vision or that knowledge must influence your behavior and your decisions and your discernment. Yes, let's say, you can see some danger and other people can't see it, then what you can see will influence your decisions and your behavior, correct? Similarly, Baba says that I give you the third eye. What is the third eye? So you see, in bhakti, there are these images of, the third eye open, and they're very fascinating. So you look at them and you think about, maybe there's a third eye and it just pops up, and it is all very, very interesting to see. And I remember when I was a child, I was very infatuated with this one picture where there was Shankar and there was a third eye open, and I used to really love that picture, and I used to keep asking my father, how does this open? And then he would say, I don't have the answers to these things. And you see, Baba tells us that everything that you do in bhakti is symbolic, and all the pictures are symbolic. And what does the third eye symbolize? The third eye is the eye of the soul. And you see, sometimes you create a picture of an eye, or otherwise also, we apply a tilak. Sometimes you put a dot, sometimes you put a line on the forehead, and that is all symbolizing the third eye. And Baba says, what is that third eye? So Baba says, that's the eye of the soul. And in today's Murli, there's the song, show the path to the blind, O God. So Baba says everybody has two eyes, and then we call ourselves blind. Why do we call ourselves that? Because the eye of the soul is blinded. And when the eye of the soul is open, then you can see the three worlds. You can see the soul, you can see Baba, and you can see the past, present, and future. So with this eye of knowledge, and Baba says, what is the eye of the soul? Knowledge. So we are knowledgeful souls. And then we come into the cycle and we forget that knowledge. And when we forget that knowledge, we can't see the three worlds. We forget the three worlds. We forget the past, present, future. We forget ourselves. We forget Baba. And then we start doing everything which is very, very, what do you say, not sensible or not knowledgeful, because the eye of knowledge is closed. And Baba comes and opens that third eye. Baba gives us the gift of the third eye. And you see, suppose, there is somebody who doesn't have these two eyes, then they can't see what's there in front of them. Yes, it's a reality. Is somebody is trying to harm them. It's a reality in front of them, or there's a very beautiful garden in front of them. Garden also they can smell. Maybe there's a mountain in front of them, which they can't smell, and then they can't see the beauty of it, despite it being right in front of them. Similarly, the eye of the intellect is such, or the third eye is such, that when we lose our eye of knowledge, then we can't see anything that's so true and that's so real. So the three worlds are real. Our past, present, and future, our deity stage is real. My Baba is real. I, the soul, am real, but I can't see it. And you see, we become so dependent on the two eyes when we lose the third eye, that we start thinking that only that which I can see through the two eyes is real. But do you know that most things can't be seen? Only a very small fraction of the real world can be seen through the two eyes. Yes, you can't see even those things which you are today seeing with the aided vision of microscopes and telescopes, can you? Can you see the virus and the bacteria that's affecting you? Yes, and if what you see is only what exists, then the virus and the bacteria don't exist, right? But they all exist, and because science has made advancements, so now you can see it through aided vision. But then the main thing is knowing. The main thing is not seeing. You can know the reality. You cannot see everything with these two eyes. And when your third eye is open, you know everything. And when you know everything, then you can perform accurate actions. Because only when you see the whole picture can you perform accurate actions. And you cannot see the whole picture with these two eyes, because the whole picture is part physical and part non-physical. And then in order to see the whole picture and make your decisions based on that, you need the knowing, you need the third eye. And Baba gives us that third eye. And then Baba says that with this third eye, your intellect and behavior should be very refined. Because now you can, you know who you are, you know Baba, you know your past, present, future, you know your aim, you know your home, you know where you belong, so you know where you have to go. So obviously you make choices based on that. And your choices of behavior, your decisions, your discernment should be in alignment with that. Yes. And then Baba says, such children will overcome attachment. Yes, because you see, what is attachment? Attachment is limiting yourself and your journey with someone else. So attachment is simply, tying yourself to someone else. Now just think about, these two hands being free and these two hands being tied. If I tied both your hands, then how much work will you be able to do? Yes. How much work will you be able to do all day? Very less, much lesser than when your two hands are free. And attachment is like that, we all are impure right now. We all are very limited right now. Every individual is limited. So even one hand has limitations these days. How much you can hold, how much you can work with it has limitations. And then you tie your limitations with someone else's limitation also. That is like, killing half your potential or more than half your potential. And this is attachment. And you wouldn't do that if you are a sensible, knowledgeful soul. And you see, there are so many, so you see, because of attachment, because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings because you are attached. It's not an act of charity, but you are so attached that if someone's feelings are hurt, your feelings will be hurt. And then what you do is you don't make accurate choices. You do what you shouldn't do, and you don't do what you should do because of attachment. And attachment limits us in so many ways. And you see, I remember there was this one brother, and he was a very good student, and he was the only child, and his parents, they were very attached to him, and they said, we will not send you off for higher education abroad because we can't let go of you. We will die without you. And we can't go with you because our whole business is here and stuff is here. And he never pursued any course, and he just limited his life for lifetime. And this is, how attachment, and just today make a list of how much you lost on opportunities because of attachment. Yes, how much potential that you had, which you didn't exercise because of attachment. And if you were not attached, you would have done a lot more than you did. Yes, and it's not about the other person. Sometimes you think they stopped me, this person stopped me, that person stopped me. No, but attachment is a choice. When you are attached, you make the choice to not hurt the other person because you will get hurt. We are very selfish. We are not interested about hurting someone else. But because you are attached, you will hurt yourself when you hurt them. That's the thought that stops you from, making your decisions independently. And then Baba says that, many a times, yesterday I was talking to one Kanya, and she was telling me, she's not in Gyan, and she was telling me that I don't want to get married, but because my parents want me to get married, so I want to get married. So I said, if you are only getting married because of that, then don't do that. Because your parents will not live forever. But what you will do with your life, you will have to bear that consequence forever. And by forever, I mean not only this lifetime, but even the future to come, you will bear the consequence of your present actions. So we are so attached that we can't think independently, we can't decide independently, and attachment becomes like a cloud on the intellect. And you can't think about your future, you can't think about your potential, you can't think about your actions. And Baba says, okay, even in the material world, you lost something, not a big deal. You lost on some money, you lost on some fame, that's okay, that was anyways perishable. But now is the time to create your imperishable fortune. And if now, because of attachment, you make wrong decisions, now if you don't do what spiritual duty Baba gives you, or you end up making mistakes which Baba warns you about because of attachment, then you will lose out on a big fortune. And Baba says, when your third eye is open, you don't make these choices. So when your third eye is open, you can see that you are a soul. You don't have any relationship with anybody. This is all body consciousness. My brother, my sister, my spouse, my children, my parents. This is all body consciousness. Yes, you are a soul and mine is one Baba, none other. And this is the only time to create a fortune. And when you understand this, then your behavior and your intellect, your decisions have to be very refined. And if they are not refined, and if you're still in attachment, that means your third eye is not fully open. It's blinking. So Baba says anybody whose third eye is open will rise above attachment. And attachment is very limiting, companionship or, cooperation. These are values. These are virtues. This should be there. Companionship is good. You live with somebody, you don't live alone, it's good. You cooperate with somebody is very good, better than living together also. But if you are attached, that's going to cost you. And attachment is not about sharing a roof or sharing a house or doing chores together. Attachment is about that inner link, which makes you emotionally entangled with somebody. So Baba says, rise above that, burn that attachment in the power of yoga, and increase that intensity of knowledge and yoga and overcome that attachment. And only then will your third eye will remain open all the time, and you will make refined decisions and engage in refined behavior. Okay, Om Shanti.